What's up people, Straight Shootin LJA here and welcome to the Straight Shootin View. Now this episode of the Straight Shootin View is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a top 5, one of many to come, but this is going to be a top 5 and my top 5, the first one is going to be top 5 FIFA games from 1994 to 2002. That was my era of really being into FIFAs and playing them. Number 5, FIFA 2000. Now, you know what? I really enjoyed FIFA 2000. All right, yeah, it was coming off the crest of a wave because 99 was that good, but 2000 was one of them where they didn't try and reinvent the wheel. It was a case of, right, let's add a couple of extra things in and let's make sure we get the soundtrack right. I did really like the soundtrack where there was some nice little tunes on there. Elite Force, Call It Briscoe, and why not? That tune right there was actually the Pitch Talk intro tune for a number of years. And the reason being was because of FIFA 2000. There was a tune on there by a band called Gay Dad called Joy. Good tune. A little joy, a little joy. It was a good little tune. So FIFA 2000 for me, purely based on the soundtrack, really gets that number 5 slot. Number 4, FIFA 96. Now, FIFA 96 was a phenomenal game, and I enjoyed playing it on the Mega Drive and also the SNES, but I did enjoy the Mega Drive version that little bit more. The mechanics on it you could see FIFA was developing as a game from international soccer to FIFA 96, and then it was basically used as a foundation for FIFA 97, which basically didn't really change anything from 96, apart from having Ginola on the cover. But FIFA 96, definitely solid number 4 for me. Number 3, FIFA International Soccer. The SNES version takes it for me, because some of the memories from it, Diatamaya, Janko Tiano. There were so many hilarious names of players because it was all false because they didn't have the licensing. But that Brazilian team led by Janko Tiano, I mean, it was quality. And Diatamaya for Germany. It was one that, and then when you started unlocking the cheats, like Crazy Ball, you hold the shoulder buttons as you shoot and you get Crazy Ball. And there was always that guaranteed way of scoring where if you ping a ball top corner, you're scoring. Every single time you were scoring, no matter where you hit that ball from. And it was a lot of fun to play. Funnily enough, actually, an old primary school mate of mine, we actually used to do our own commentary. We used to play that game and we used to do our own commentary on it because there was obviously no commentary back then. They didn't bring that in until FIFA 96 where they had the little sound bites with John Motson. But yeah, FIFA International Soccer was tremendous. The Mega Drive version, good, but FIFA International Soccer on the SNES takes that 3rd spot for me. 2nd place, FIFA 99. I mean, 98 was amazing, but no, FIFA 99, the rapid pace of it, I preferred it on the PlayStation as opposed to the 64, but the N64 one, it was a little more difficult, but I didn't actually mind that. And the graphics were better too. But again, it's another one where the soundtrack was tremendous. I mean, Lion Rock, Rude Boy Rock, they had Fatboy Slim on that soundtrack as well. It was just absolutely brilliant. From that title sequence as well, where you got the player coming through the smoke and then kicks into Funk Soul Brother. What a game. What a game. I mean, the league structure was better in terms of the clubs and playing as Premier League clubs and that. And it was so well done that it was one of them where it was like, as much as most of us love FIFA 98, it was one of them where FIFA 99 took it to another level. It really did, and it was so much fun to play as well. But as I said, the PlayStation version edges it out for me. Yeah, some honourable mentions. In terms of worst games, FIFA 64. If you ever played that, I don't even want to give it that much airtime. FIFA 64. If you can find an N64 or find an emulator, play it. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of it. FIFA 64, awful. 2 more honourable mentions, and I'm going to meld these together because these 2 games specifically actually ran me off basically, from football games. FIFA 2001 and FIFA 2002. Awful on the PlayStation, even worse on the PC, if you could even install it properly. But both of these games were utterly abysmal. It was like they just ported 2000 over and thought, yeah, we don't really care anymore. And at this same time, you had Pro Evo coming out. In 2002, you had Pro Evo coming out. So it was like, for me, 2001, 2002 was where not only did FIFA lose ground, but it's one of them ones where ISS Pro, that had become Pro Evolution, or Winning 11 as it's called in Japan, really stole the market share for a number of years. So it's one of them where 2001, 2002, brutal. My favorite FIFA game of all time, probably an obvious answer, but 1998 was the year. FIFA 98, the indoor games were just tremendous. It was one of them where if you're playing indoor football as a kid, and I was about 12, 13 when it came out. It was, the loading times were a bugger, and they fixed that in FIFA 99 where the loading times were shorter, but you didn't mind it.
Song 2 by Blur,
to open up the game, just gave you that impetus to think, yeah, this game is something special. It was a real shame though that they couldn't get the licensing to have the same soundtrack on the N64 version. The N64 has just a generic soundtrack, which is a real shame. But it's one of them, the PlayStation version of FIFA 98. Yes, the players look diseased, just like they did in 99 and 2000 on the PlayStation, but it was still a hell of a lot of fun to play. And Andy Gray and John Motson on commentary was odd. It always stuck out to me. I mean, I'm a fan of commentary, as you'll know, but it really always stuck out to me that them two were on commentary, because it's like, wait, hold on. One's BBC, one's Sky Sports. And you know there ain't no cross-pollination there, because they were exclusive at that time. So it was actually quite fun to have Andy Gray and John Motson on commentary. But FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup was absolutely tremendous. And there was actually a World Cup 98 game, which was a little pointless. It was good, but it was a little pointless. I mean, I actually had Destruction Derby. I bought Destruction Derby 2, played that for 10 minutes, and then went to Computer Games Exchange at that time in 9L and swapped over Destruction Derby 2 for World Cup 98. So I did enjoy it, but it was a little pointless because Road to the World Cup was so good, where you could simulate games. You also had the group stages as well. It proper led you through, and you had to complete the group stage to then get to the World Cup proper and all that. It just added that level of realism that FIFA International Soccer 96 and 97 didn't have. And transfers was a massive game changer as well. So you could basically create your own dream teams, and delving deep into the international squads you could do as well. So FIFA 98 for me, and again, the soundtrack, like the Crystal Method dominated the soundtrack, but there were some really good tunes. Now is the time, Keep Hope Alive. There were some great tunes on that soundtrack as well. So FIFA 98 gets it for me. But let me know in the comment section below, let me know your favorite FIFA games from 94 to 2002. Do you agree with my order? Do you agree with my picks? Are there any that I've missed that you particularly liked? Or did you agree with me in burying 2001 and 2002? Let me know. I have been Straight Shootin LJA. Until next time, this has been the Straight Shootin View, a top 5 special. Take it easy, peeps.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on social media, dropping vlogs, blogs, videos, and podcasts on the beautiful game.